Town Challenge Cup now between Rowing Canada A over on the Berkshire station, furthest away from us, and on the near side we've got Leander Club and Oxford University. You can see Annie Sharp there in the 3C in her dark blue lycra, and again, Angus, as part of your accolades, I forgot to mention an Oxford Blue yourself, a boat race winner, and we've got another boat race contender here in Annie Sharp in the 3 seats.
Yeah, exactly, and I think what she brings is experience in match racing, because the boat race is also another match race like Henley, and it's one of the few events outside of Henley that you can actually get that experience. But at the minute, experience appears not to be paying off quite yet, but they're up against a very experienced Canadian crew, who I believe are, again, another development boat.
Yeah, the Canadian crew showing their international prowess. Just heard there the umpire warning the Leander crew, and it's the bow seat Megan Hewison with the steering cables in this one. Just 22 years of age, back from the University of Tennessee to race for Leander. And had been racing as part of the sort of junior world setup back in her under-19 days, but is responsible for ensuring that pin straight line in these coxless fours. Now, Team Canada, steersperson for them is Morgan Ross in the stroke seat, who very, very experienced athlete. Again, another Henley winner. She won the Remenham Challenge Cup last year, so knows the course somewhat, but won't have steered it before. Angus, I don't know who was responsible for steering in your quad, but it's tricky. It's a lot of stuff to manage, isn't it?
It certainly wasn't me. I have steered down the Henley course before. I've also crashed down the Henley course before, so yeah, it is no easy feat, and you've got to keep that foot dead straight.
Yeah, indeed. Morgan Ross, look at this. This is absolutely stunning shots here of Canada on the left and Leander and Oxford University on the right. But you can see the margin that the internationals have got here. Yeah,
Canada look very comfortable indeed. I think it's a very difficult point in the race. I think, when you're that far up. You, like we said with the row over earlier, you want to conserve energy, but also you want to remain very sharp as well. Just in case the other crew does come back, you need to be able to turn it on easily.
Yeah, indeed. So they will be managing that from up out ahead, but flip the coin and not managing up out ahead, but trying to chase from behind. And I think that this is a very different race when you're the losing crew. No cocks on board to tell you where that leading crew is, Angus. What do you think is happening in this crew right now?
Well, I think they've just got to keep the belief that the other crew can make a mistake. We talked about the steering earlier. If they make a mistake, catch a crab or hit the booms, then they've got to be ready to take advantage of this. And I think the best thing that you can do in this possible situation is just keep rowing as well as you can.
And they will be rowing very well, and I think it's important to say how well this Canadian crew is rowing to get this margin, because on the board of this crew, just coming into shot here for Leander, stroked by Emily Shepherd, a gold medalist from the Under-23 World Championships from the women's Coxed 4, not Cox's 4, but Coxed 4, and backed up, like we said, by Annie Sharp, who's got that blue boat experience from Oxford University. Then we've got two athletes back from university in the States, back from college. Amy Selesky in the 2 seat was part of the Southern Methodist University SMU 8, and Megan Hewison, as we've already said, back from the University of Tennessee. So it's a very slick outfit, the composites from Leander and Oxford. But here you go, Team Canada with athletes on board who have qualified boats for the Olympics, but are missing out this time around. Now, Canada will be starting to come towards the regatta enclosure, towards the steward's enclosure. We're starting to see, don't want to give it the commentators' curse again, but a little bit of sunshine, Angus. How much can you hear the people on the bank when you're racing on that Berkshire station?
Well, it kind of depends how close your race is, because if it's a really close race, then there's going to be a massive roar from spectators, and being that little bit closer, it obviously is going to be a bit louder. However, sometimes if you're in a close race, your senses just shut off your hearing almost. So you might not take it in until you cross that line. Then you look back on the race and realise, oh, that was actually quite loud.
Yeah, and I think it's almost that memory bank, isn't it, that you have to go back into. And those people who have raced at Henley Royal, I'm not one of them, but you know, when I speak to people about their experience of racing here at Henley Royal Regatta, they talk about thinking back to it. At the time, they can't remember the race or the strokes, but it's that atmosphere, it's that bowl of noise, and you can start to hear the smattering of claps now on this day 4 of Henley Royal Regatta, and noticeably busier every single day. It tends to get here towards that weekend and towards that semi-finals day, but Canada will have a bunch of support here towards the floating grandstand, and it will be the internationals that will win out on this occasion in the Town Challenge Cup ahead of Leander Club and Oxford University. And Leander, just a few strokes past the finish line for them to get home into their home boat club. Annie Sharp, the visiting athletes, but they'll be welcomed back there, and very well done to them, but Canada progressing through.